Improvement. Money's a little low, you guys, but things are coming. UFC 228. Oh my God, the UFC is back, man. I'm telling you this. There's so much with this, including the weigh-ins and the press conference. I'm gonna tell you. Oh my God. Of course, being the MMA casuals, we're only going through the fights that we give a damn about. Which looks like 5 fights. It's all the main card, you guys. It's all the main card. So let's talk about King Green versus Jeremy Stevens. Um, First off, let's check out the age here. They're both the same age. And they get the same reach. Of course, going for the same thing. First off, their timing and speed and their reaction time, I would probably give that to Green, right? And then footwork, I'm giving Green. Jeremy Stevenson, he's slow on the feet. He's so slow on the feet. And the fact is, these guys are both, what was it, 39? I think. Let's go check back to that. Yeah, they're both 39, so they're just about to fall out of their like prime years of being a human being, right? About to hit 40, which is completely past your prime. Yeah, let's talk about precision and counterboxing. That's definitely gonna be Green, just because he's not longer, but he is taller, right? Which is gonna give him that advantage. Knees, giving that to Green. He knows what he's doing. Elbows, I would say neither of them really for elbows. Haven't really seen anything from dude. I haven't seen a Jeremy Stevens fight, so this is all like based off like old knowledge. We're just gonna skip elbows. Stamina, Green. I've seen Green in more fights recently, so I think he's gonna probably be more. Kicks. Probably gonna put Green in there since what was it? Jeremy Stevens is a short person. Judo and etc. I'm gonna give that an even. I don't think either of them are like better. Wrestling and takedowns, I'm gonna give to Jeremy. I don't think, not that he's extremely good, right? But it's the idea that I haven't seen Bobby Green getting slimed out in like any like jiu-jitsu or whatever. He's just done. I'm telling you. Clinch, I'm gonna put probably Green because, like I said, he's taller, he's bigger. I think he can get a lot more off in those exchanges in the clinch. Fight IQ, I'm putting it dead even. I think they're both idiots. Neither of these guys are Volkanovski or John Jones. Feints and fakes. I'm gonna give this to Jeremy Stevenson. I think he knows he has to use it. Distance and reach. I'm giving that to Green just because his height. Um, Mention reach. We should probably put that in there as well because that could be a. Oh, maybe no, because height isn't reach, right? So I guess I'll leave that. BJJ, I'm giving that to Green. I know he's crap at wrestling and all that, but I think he would have a little bit more experience. Ground and pound, I'm giving that to Jeremy. Boxing combos, definitely Jeremy. Jeremy Stevenson, way long. So we got Green, 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 Jeremy, Green, Jeremy, Green, Green. Yeah, so Bobby Green's gonna win that fight, everybody. Bobby Green versus Jeremy Stevenson. Um Sean Brady versus Buckley. Ooh. This is it's like looking in a mirror, these two. They're just both they got like the same style. I don't really can't say I care too much about honestly, I'm just gonna say it. I have a bias here. This fight can go either way, but I like Buckley more personally. He's young. Or, I wouldn't say. Well, yes, he is younger. He's what 32. We got a 33 Sean Brady. Um, I think Sean Brady is like 5'10", 5'11". Buckley's I'm pretty sure 5'8" or 5'9". But Buckley, and there's something I've noticed about Buckley. I think he has he's got like that Conor McGregor thing where he's like a little bit shorter, but he's got crazy long arms, and I'm pretty sure he's like just even crazier. Um, over Whatever. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Reaction time. Um, After seeing Brady's last fight, like I said, I always watch. The fighters are only as good as their last two fights, and I've watched these two last fights, and dude, Sean Brady does not have that reaction time. He just got slumped, so rough. So we're gonna give that to Joaquin Buckley, and then footwork. Honestly, I guess Joaquin Buckley as well. You know, just because what was this his knockout against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson? Yeah, though that wasn't too close to his last fight. Precision and counterboxing, definitely Joaquin Buckley. I think Joaquin Buckley just has the better boxing in general. Um, Knees, I'm gonna say Joaquin Buckley. Elbows, I'm gonna give that to Sean. Stamina. This one's weird. This one's weird because the last fight for what's his name? What's his name? Joaquin Buckley. I don't know. He just slowed down against Kamaru Usman. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put Sean Brady because Sean Brady didn't really gas out in his fight against was it God who did he go against? It wasn't Bilal. It was it Leon Edwards? I think it may have been Leon Edwards. Um Kicks and like combination with kicks. I'm gonna say Joaquin Buckley. You know, I honestly that one's like iffy, right? Judo and trips. I'm going with Sean Brady. This is the part where it gets where there's like a big emphasis on like stamina, wrestling. Who's got the prowess, right? Wrestling, like takedowns wise. Mm, mm. This one's this one's hard. This one's hard to think because it's like who's gonna get the? They're like I said, it's like looking in a mirror. They're both the same. But this is like where they really blended. They're both really strong guys. They got big builds. Um, it's just what it's just the thing about Joaquin's Buck is like I gotta put Sean Brady. God, I think Sean Brady might win. Shit. Um, Clinch work. I think Joaquin Buckley, honestly. Game plan and IQ. I'm gonna give it to Joaquin Buckley, but it's not like a competition, you know, because they're both kind of fools. Feints. I'm definitely putting that Joaquin Buckley. If you've seen his last fights, he's really good at like that. It's so, and then he fucking lunges on you like a zebra, um, like a zebra, whatever, like a cat, a really big cat. Distance management, definitely Joaquin Buckley, dude. No way. After Sean Brady's last fight, oh my gosh, we got. I don't even know the guy's name who he fought. It was that unknown of a name, and I know he's like in the rankings now. He's like the number like maybe he's like a top contender, but oof, I can't recall the name. BJJ. Honestly, let's talk about Sean Brady and his BJJ. So I think he's has pretty good stuff. Ground and pound. Sean Brady, I think. Boxing combos. I think Joaquin Buckley. So we got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, and then we got that's for Joaquin Buckley. We got one, two, three, four, five, six. Even though we have like even though all these stats here are telling me that what is it? Joaquin Buckley is most likely to win. I'm picking Sean Brady. I think Sean Brady is going to beat Joaquin Buckley. I just think the thing is that wrestling a lot of these things are it's like your reaction time. I'm not sure how much that matters when you're like on the ground. And hopefully Sean Brady knows this time, maybe go for a takedown and don't strike with this guy. Because I think Joaquin Buckley is a much like well-rounded fighter, but he doesn't have the best wrestling credentials like Sean Brady. Like Sean Brady, A bit Khabib. He's a bit Khabib. Moving on to the third fight of the card, or the main card, we should say, the better card, the casuals card. Alexander Volkov versus Waldo Costa. This one's kind of interesting because was it? I don't think. Okay, so first off, let's talk about age, right? Usually people go down when they're like in 33, 34, 35. Mostly 34 and 35 is like past prime where they start to slowly decline, right? Um, Alexander Volkov is 37, and he's the bigger people usually age slower, so doesn't really matter. And even given this guy's on a I think a 5 or 6 win streak, he's also freaking tall. Um, he's tall. I'm not gonna say the thing. Um, and we're looking at a 2 inch reach advantage, but I don't even think that matters because of the height disadvantage, right? And also this other guy's a nobody, and I don't really care. Just take it for my word. Go for Alexander Volkov. This guy's a nobody. This Waldo Costa guy. Who is that guy? All right, this is exciting. The two last on the main card. This is it, man. This is it. Flyweight bout. Joshua Van, the fake champion. Probably give you a little insight who I think's gonna win. Tatsuro Taira. These two are facing off. Joshua Van, age 24. Tatsuro Taira, 26. Uh, Tatsuro Taira is actually really big for this division, and he has like what I would say a pretty. It's not like a long reach, but it's like an averagely long reach for this division for like flyweights, especially. 70-inch reach, while Joshua Van has a 65-inch, so it's a 5-inch reach advantage. There's a lot of the problem with that though. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. So it's okay. Reaction time. We're giving the Joshua Van. Footwork. I'm gonna give it to Tatsuro Taira since I think Joshua Van is a little slower on the feet, right? I don't know. It's not that they're both one's slower, one's faster. It's the way they move, right? Which one has the better footwork? And personally, um, let's what is it? Joshua Van, he's more of like an Ilya Taporia kind of guy where he's like he sometimes even just like walks up to you. It's insane, right? How this guy moves around. It's super impressive. It's not bad. It's super impressive. But the idea of how was it Tatsuro Taira moves around, it's like a bouncy back and forth kind of thing. Where he pops in and they pops out. Kind of good for like what his reach is, considering, right? 70 for a flyweight. Um so precision and counter boxing. I gotta give it to Van. Um let's put V for Van here. Okay, so let's go counterboxing for Van. So he's gonna be more of a everyone knows. Knees. Um I'm gonna give that to Tyra, honestly. Elbows, I'm also gonna give that to Tyra. I've yet to see something from Van like that, like impressive. Stamina, I'm gonna say this is even. Kicks, definitely Tyra has better kicks. Judo, Tyra. Wrestling takedown, Tyra. Clinch work, Tyra probably just because of the grappling background, right? Um, Fight IQ. This one's hard, but I'm gonna give it to Van. It's not that the other, like I said before with the footwork, it's not that they're both like one's dumb and one's average or one's smart. It's the idea of like how they think, and I think Van is more the way he knows how to like jump on people when he's like hooked them or something like that is really gives you intel on how he thinks about fighting, and I think it's superior to the way Toucher Tyra thinks, where it's kind of just like average, like, oh, bop, got him. All right, I'm gonna scoot it. I'm gonna scoot it. I don't know how to say it. And also the game plans with these people. It's not that I think either of them game plans specifically, like, are just like better. It's just I think Van is better at executing it, right? Or like having it in the back of his head during a fight. Instead of like, do you know how people get reminded by coaches like, "Oh, remember to do that." I think Vance more of a, it's already in there, coach. I got this, and then he kill someone. Feints and fakes. I'm definitely gonna give that to Van. Reach and distance. I know we can add height at this point. That's definitely gonna be Tyra. BJJ, Tyra definitely. Ground and pound, Tyra. I think Tyra. Oof, oh man. Wilson, man. Maybe I should have. We'll go back to that in a second. Boxing, that's definitely Van. So we got one, two, three, four, five ticks for Van. So that's five for Van. And one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Yeah. Okay, so let's go over this. I think Tatsuro Taira is gonna get it done. He, it. I think that's just the premise of this thing. The grappling and the BJJ. Um, it's just it's gonna over. If and the thing is, Van has like knocked out people, but it's like I don't even think he's gonna get the chance because the thing is when you knock someone down in flyweight, right, which is like the best case for Van, right? Ah, I'm on the ground. What are you gonna do? He's been on the ground. He's just gonna grapple you, right? So it's like you're not gonna go engage and try to hit him. He's gonna catch you in a quick sub, so you're done. So it's like I think Van's screwed no matter what, and also I think Van's a little overrated. Um, let's go back to the other two fights, and then we'll get to the main event. Okay, Alexander Volkov. Let's go back to that one versus Waldo. The way I see this fight playing out is Alex Volkov is going to keep him at bay, right? Because he's so tall and lengthy, right? Whatever. Not too lengthy, but the 2 inch reach advantage, but still, it's an advantage. But it's the idea that I think Alexander Volkov also has the wrestling and like the jiu-jitsu. If you saw his last fight with Gon and then saw his fight with what was it well, Tom Aspinall. I know it wasn't like a recent fight. I know he had other recent fights, but that one I look back on all the time, just like in the back of my mind, where I'm like, oh wow, that was pretty impressive. You know, seeing a big guy do that. Um, Sean Brady and Buckley. So Alexander Volkov, I think he's gonna win a decision. Um, Sean Brady beating Buckley, I think it's just gonna be a decision. I don't see him like actually capping off Joaquin Buckley with like a sub or a knockout. Definitely not a knockout. King Green, I think either like I don't know how many rounds it is, but I think he's gonna be like a third round knockout or a decision with King Green. Joshua Van, like I said, I think it's either gonna be by ground and pound or a submission. I don't see this going the whole way. Um, to the main event. This is tragic, tragic. Also, a good thing I came back at this point in the UFC because man, it was dry and I was going through um a breakup. No, but Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland is one of my favorite. I think he may be my second favorite fighter. Right, it's Conor McGregor, Paddy Pimblett's in there, and then Sean Strickland. I can guess if you see the pattern, right? Um, I'm gonna just go through how I'm seeing this go out because I don't even need to look at like the stats like their other fights. And then we're gonna go into the weigh-ins and everything else. Some crazy stuff's going on. I want Sean Strickland to win, but he's not gonna win. It's just super unlikely. If you watch back the DDP fight, the ease that Hamzat picks up DDP and just like and DDP's a big guy, right? And it's like it looked light to him that he took him down, right? And it's like the only chance that Sean Strickland had to winning this fight was if Hamzat and the same for DDP, if only Hamzat didn't change, right? Hamzat has now switched and evolved his style to being like a boring wrestler, right? Where he doesn't really go for the subs and he has that stamina now. So it's not like he's gonna get outpaced by anybody. Sean Strickland has a great pace, great stamina, but he's not he's not outlasting Hamzat, I don't think. I mean, he might. Also, the camera's a little tilted. Um, yeah, fudge. Anyway, whatever. The stamina was like the only thing that was keeping Sean alive in this fight matchup because it's like, oh, if he makes it to the fourth or fifth round, he can totally like beat Chimaev, right? Or the third round as well. That's what I think. I thought before Chimaev only had first and second round cardio, but he's proved to us that now he's slowed down his style to having 5 rounds in him. Sean is better at striking, right? But the thing is, striking is not that difficult to avoid getting like knocked out if you know what to do, like feints and moving around and like freezing. There's a bunch of stuff you can do to a great striker to make sure they don't hit you, right? And if you have an out, like wrestling or taking them down, you're gonna win. So Hamzat's definitely gonna win this. And it's let's see it. I mean, Sean has the reach advantage, which is good, but oh my god, dude, Sean Strickland's 35. I thought he was like 34. Oh my god, no, he's losing. He's losing. I hope he wins, but he's losing. He's losing. It's just Chimaev's changed style, and back to the striking part, right? So it's all about the striking. The honestly, let's split this up. The striking, the aspect of this fight, Sean Strickland is better, but Hamza can evade it, right? And the thing is, we've just seen that he has some awareness in striking. And I this is maybe a little bit of an overshot here, but he at the press conference face off, right? He kicked Sean Strickland's leg with a knee stomp. That's a distance thing, right? That's a distance, right? And I know it's shitty that he did it, whatever, who cares? But I did that, it's like we saw that he did that. So we know he's aware of like that move. And it's like, okay, he can probably stand and bang with this guy. Not stand and bang, because Sean Strickland doesn't do that. But he can contest and like move around. And it's just enough so he can sweep up and easily take down Strickland. And when he does take down Strickland, Strickland has great get ups. We all know that. We've seen it. But he's not gonna make it out. I don't think he's gonna make it out because the ease that he picks him up, I don't think he can stop that. Um, and the idea is like I think even if Sean can get back up, it's what's the problem? He's still gonna jump on him after, right? He's still gonna just take him off, and he's even the chances of it with Hamzat's like incredible chain wrestling. I think he's done. Sadly, I do want to say I I think Sean Strickland's so good that he won't get submitted. He won't get submitted. Well, that is it for the predictions. Um, like and subscribe.